Okay, welcome back. So today the devs of Revelation WoW had a open Q&A as well as an information dive on their open beta, and unfortunately I was at work. I did get to listen to it, though I didn't get some of it because I had a situation happen at work while they were talking. So I got most of the information, and I wrote down a lot of it on this piece of cardboard right here. A little bit on the back too. So I tried writing it down as I went along, but I didn't get all of it. I tried getting as much as I can, so we're going to be going over that real quick. So they went over the launcher first. They went over launcher issues. I just made a launcher survival guide, so if you want to check out that video, that's got all the information right there. There is a workaround for right now. So let's say you've already updated the game to the current update. There is a way to get around the launcher issues and get straight into the game if you've already updated it, which is go into your file that already has the game in there and just click the button to launch, and it'll bypass the launcher and go straight into the game. That'll only work if you're at the current update. If you need to update it again, you're gonna have to wait like everybody else. At one point they said there is 673 people trying to log in at a time. That doesn't reflect on how many people are in the game as of right now, or how many people are trying and then gave up. That's just a number they threw out for people trying to log in. From there, they started at Teldrassil. They did a live stream walking through the new Teldrassil zone. Unfortunately, I didn't get to watch it because, like I said, I was at work. I only got to listen to it. So any updates to the zone visual-wise will have to be in a separate video when I actually get into the beta and I'm able to show it to you. I'm planning to do a changes to the zone video per zone. So the first thing they talked about is redesigning the Night Elf starting area to save on running. So, like I said, I didn't get to watch it, but from what they were saying is at the starting spot where you first spawn into the zone for the Night Elves, they condensed it a little bit in terms of NPCs, so you're not, running up the tree, running down the tree, running to the cave, running back to the cave. It's still a pretty good, spot, area-wise, but it's more condensed, so it's not as much empty time wasted on running. That's basically what they said. The next thing they said was a changed Teldrassil design to help with rendering. They were talking about how the various cities, dungeons, and many other things are all one big model instead of 100 models all put together to save on rendering. They made an example of Dalaran, how in Legion it took forever to load in Dalaran because in the toy store there was a little toy Dalaran, but the devs of the actual World of Warcraft, they just made a copy of Dalaran, of the actual Dalaran, and shrunk it to make it in the toy store, and when you load it in, you were basically loading in 2 Dalarans instead of Dalaran and then a little toy version of it. So they were talking about they were redesigning it to help fit that. They were also redesigning in terms of the houses. Like they said that it didn't make sense how almost all their houses were made out of wood when they're supposed to be the tree huggers. So they're trying to make it seem like they're more in tuned into nature. So, again, I didn't get to see what it looked like. I don't know what changes they have done, but once I get some visuals, then I'll be able to make a video on that, or I'll put some screenshots in this video if I'm able to get some. There is no story quests in Teldrassil at the moment because they don't want to spoil it. That doesn't say they haven't worked on it. They have worked on it. They have it all planned out. There's just none in there at the moment to save on spoilers. And with that, custom quests are coming soon. They are not right now in the beta, but they should be by next beta. If not, they will be there by launch. If anyone has not seen the trailer to Teldrassil, the Horde is attacking Teldrassil, and they will kill you. They're right outside Darnassus, and they will kill you if you try to run through the gate, basically. They were saying how they were one-shotting people, and they planned on making an event where like 40 people would try to run through and see who makes it. As for fun, not an actual event programmed into the game. Let's see. The next thing I have written on here is that the lore will start at vanilla and some differences with Warcraft 3 lore. So they were saying that this is starting at what they're calling vanilla, not our vanilla. So, and they're also going to be making changes from Warcraft 3. I will talk a little bit on that once I get to the Teldrassil part. But it's all completely custom lore, and if you saw the Teldrassil trailer, you would see Illidan and Maiev are there when they should not be in vanilla. So it is completely custom lore. They're changing a little bit of Warcraft 3 lore, again with another difference that we'll get to the Teldrassil part in a moment. Let's see. If anyone was wondering why the Barrens is still called the Barrens when it has a lot of pink, I was gonna say green, but they're cherry blossoms, so a lot of pink and trees. They will be name changing the Barrens, so don't worry about that. Okay, now they went to the Teldrassil. Teldrassil, you would notice, the first thing that they said is that you will notice that Brill is locked. Unfortunately, I did not hear what they said about why Brill is locked. That was, I think, during my issue at work, so I did not hear what they had to say about that. I just noted that it's locked, that you can't get in now. They plan on having it unlocked in the future. In the zone itself, they wanted to build mini outdoor instances. So remember what I said in a previous video about what's that place called, Ginalor or something, the big troll city in Hinterlands, that they're all elite and you have to basically go at it with a 5-man group. There's several of that already in the vanilla game, like the normal vanilla game. They want to do more of that. They want to have more outside, non-instanced dungeons. And they said that they have some in Teldrassil that are meant for 5-player groups for questing. Kind of like the Den in Ashenvale, if you remember it as a Horde player, the Den. Or not Ashenvale, I mean Stone Talon. You would have to go in there with 5 people and go through the barrows up near the Night Elf area in Stone Talon. It was like a level 24 elite quest. They put so many quests inside of Teldrassil, you could actually get to level 15 if you stayed there and did every single quest. And I think that's pretty cool. I think if more zones were like that, it would give you more, like, non-linearity. Like, you don't go 1 to 10, now to the Barrens, to level 15, then to Stone Talon. Then, like, if you could stay into several zones and level beyond what they're normally at, then it's like, okay, well, I could either stay in Teldrassil the whole time to level 15, or at level 10, I can go straight to Silverpine. But if you stayed until level 15, you can go straight to Stone Talon and skip half of Silverpine, or Barrens, wherever you like the quest. I think I like that, so that's pretty cool. They added a mini version of the Karazhan Crypt. Again, I didn't get to see it, but they were talking about how they added a mini version of the Karazhan Crypt, because crypts belong in Teldrassil, where the undead are. Gated areas in every single zone, including Teldrassil, are gated for a reason. Either because we don't go there yet in terms of story, or because it is still in development and you will crash. They said there are areas that are super buggy and will crash you upon entering, so they've gated and walled them off to prevent people from accidentally walking in there and having never-ending crashes. So that's a good thing, they're looking out for us there. Part of the story that will be in Teldrassil, just as the Horde was invading Teldrassil, Tirisfal, they're going to have the Scarlet, a bigger threat. So the Scarlet in the original Tirisfal, they were kind of like in certain patches here and there, and they didn't really do much other than sit in their camps. They're going to have actual like signs of battle and battles within Tirisfal itself, so you can feel like they're an actual threat, they're an enemy, and you need to fight them. Also, part of the story of Tirisfal is that there will be Nerubians. Nerubians will have a bigger influence than they did in Wrath of the Lich King. They said that they wanted to have as much as Warcraft and possibly even bigger. So the Tirisfal is going to introduce the Nerubians into the story, possibly expand upon it, and they will possibly be expanded upon in future zones as a critical threat. The Undercity is closed. Undercity, the actual city we would go to in vanilla, is closed. However, the top side will be the new city, and Sylvanas is nowhere to be found because she is not the leader. Tyrannus is. Now, I didn't get to see if he's actually alive or if he's dead or a ghost. Somebody mentioned he was a ghost. That's something that I have to confirm visually because, again, I did not watch the live stream. But King Tyrannus Menethil is in the throne, and he is the leader of the Forsaken. Alright, so I think that's it for my little thing here. They had a bunch of Q&A answers. Primarily, most of them were about, like, can't get into the launcher. They've already talked about that. I've talked about it in my previous video. You can go check that out. They have Q&A. Frequent asked questions. They have everything already listed. They have all of their staff. They have other people talking about how to get into the launcher. So I'm going to skip over all those questions. Some other questions were about various lore. Like somebody asked if the undead are trying to remain more human. Will they retain the light as they knew it? Will there be undead paladins? While it would make sense in the lore, they did say no undead paladins. There was some other stuff about if there will be custom voice acting for the custom quest. They said they would love to. They just need, and they have people wanting to be voice actors, but it's a matter of figuring out how to input the voices into the game itself. So once they figure that out, I'm pretty sure they're going to have custom voice acting work, and they'll be asking people to be voice actors in their server. I'm going off the top of my head because I didn't write down any of the questions. Nobody asked why the Horde is in Teldrassil. They were not going to answer it anyway. One of the devs were like, I'm surprised nobody asked about the Horde invading Teldrassil. Good thing, because we weren't going to tell you anyway. So don't ask about that. They are not planning on asking because that would be a lore spoiler, and they don't want to spoil anything. As of right now, they made sure there are no major lore, for their lore, quests, NPCs, and the like in the beta right now. They are saving it for either the second open beta or for launch completely. So there won't be any spoilers, just tidbits here and there because you can't really avoid the Horde attacking Teldrassil. A question that I asked is, with the completely revamped Tirisfal and Teldrassil, with the Scarlet attacking, the Horde attacking, and all this new lore, what about places like Mulgore, that all we have are updated pine trees? I'm sorry, I'm torn by heart, and I had to ask that question. They did say they do plan on adding more stuff, adding more custom quests to Mulgore. They just updated it visually for now, but they will get to it in terms of questing. They just have not yet. So that's to be expected for every other zone that has not gotten a complete overhaul. I know one of the zones we still haven't gotten is Dud Moreau, so I'm pretty sure that's going to be next on the list since that's a starter zone for 2 races. And I don't believe they've updated Echo Islands yet, so I don't know about that. But all in all, that was their live Q&A and info dump event. That's as much as I could get off of it. I'm sure they're going to have another one in the future. If I can remember, or if I ask about anything that I have missed, I will make a part 2 to this video. If not, then my next video will be in the beta itself, going over various visual changes in the map. I will not be going over lore or custom quests if there's any custom quests that are in the game already. I know they said that they were going to add them later, but if there happens to be any, I'm not going to go over any quest. I'm not going to go over any lore bits. I find is purely visual. Oh, this place now looks like this. It actually looks like a fortress and not a single hut. Goldshire is an actual town now. It's not 2 buildings. So it's going to be videos like that. So stay tuned for those once I'm able to actually get into the beta, because like everyone else, I am still fetching data from last night. Alright, so subscribe to me if you want to see more, and thank you for watching.